Find me! Find me! Find me! Whatever. Bray Wyatt, one of the greatest wrestlers in the WWE. Too bad the Wyatt family isn't really having too much going on with it right now, which is very sad to say. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. Seducer, accuser, destroyer, something, whatever. I can't remember exactly how it goes on the back because it's on my back and I don't have eyes in the back of my head. Anyways, that random note aside, this is a anime review of a anime series. Well, I guess I should go ahead and say series, considering it's only 4 episodes. It would be great if it was more episodes, but yeah. Actually, knowing the condition that I got this in, I'm actually kind of glad it wasn't, because when I ordered it online, I didn't think about checking about English dubs. It's Japanese and English subs, English subtitles and Japanese dubbed with, Japanese voiceovers with English subtitles, which I hate that with anime. I hate having to read off of a screen when I look at anime, dude. I really do. I'd much rather hear the voices, because then I can focus on the exquisite imagery that is the artwork and animation that is on the screen before me, because it's more so the fact, to me, that obviously art is worth looking at more than live action, because you see people in everyday life, but the way that imagery and art can be brought out of somebody's head to a screen like that, that's what I really want to focus on. I don't want to read words at the bottom of the screen, but luckily with this, I kind of just read through it real quick and I was able to keep up with everything while trying to check out everything on the screen. But anyways, this is my little review of Corpse Party. Yeah, I'm kind of getting to the point now where I'm getting more into anime again. I've always been into anime, but I've never known the series that I've really wanted to get into. Of course, there's the usual stuff of like Gundam Wing and Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball and Sailor Moon. I don't want Sailor Moon, but I'm just using that as an example. The animes that were like in the 80s and 90s and I guess mostly the 90s kind of thing. And, just, I always been into it, but I was always very picky, which I'm always picky about the media that I get. I'm always picky about that stuff. So I'm obviously going to be very picky about anime as well. And it came with, well, obviously it was just 1 disc. Didn't come with anything extra on the inside of it or nothing like that. And it's only 4 episodes long at 100 minutes, so it's a little over an hour and a half. And to be quite honest, there's some really fucked up imagery in this. I mean, really, and it's a horror anime is what it is. I've never been a person who's ever been into horror. I never really thought that I would ever get into like horror type of anime. But considering the fact that I've seen this, it kind of gets me wanting to actually check out some more horror animated stuff. I've always been into fantasy anime and sci-fi anime and that whole 9 yards. But with this, it's just like the way that the imagery is just screwed up, and it makes me think that there isn't any way, at least from my perspective of the horror films that I've seen, in terms of imagery, that has really kind of affected me as much as I guess you could say as it would be with this. Because you can create anything from your head as long as you have the talent to be able to put it down on paper and put it up on screen. And I mean, obviously you could do that with film as well, but the way that somebody can just create anything as long as they have the ability to do so, yeah, it was way out there, man. But besides having to read the subtitles, everything was cool. I thought the story was really cool. The animation was gorgeous. The set pieces was awesome. Everything about it was just great. I actually just finished watching it. The only type of extra features that they have on here is just previews of some other animes, which actually they have some previews of a couple. I think this is anime in the 80s. It was like Patlabor or Patlabor or something like that. I think they call it Patlabor, as a matter of fact. It's like Mobile Police Force or something like that. But I kind of I didn't really know how to say it, so I was trying to make it sound all fancy. I'm like, Patlabor or something like that. Like it sounded Italian or French or something. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, it kind of made me think, now they're actually bringing 80s anime to Blu-ray, which I'm like, holy crap! Now I definitely want to be checking out some 80s anime and obviously some 90s anime as well. But I'm really kind of getting to that point now where I'm wanting to check it out more. I've started to watch more on Netflix, and I've got to the point now where I want to own more as well. So yeah, that's definitely going to be a thing on my channel now. As a matter of fact, I'm going to start doing some anime reviews. I do own some anime, and I could do some review of those if you lovely people out there in YouTube land would like that to happen. Actually, I think I forgot to do my intro. Ladies and gentlemen, here's me once again, the Ravenous Spectre of all you lovely people out there in YouTube land. Forgive me for doing that. I know I do that at the beginning of every video of mine, but oh well, I forgot. So anyways, without giving any spoilers away, because you know how I am about that, I'm not going to give any spoilers, which actually it kind of, I'll just go ahead and read the back of the box. Let's just go ahead and say that. It's on the back of the box, so you know it's not like a spoiler or nothing. But it says, evil never dies. It just waits for a new semester to begin. The horrifying events that occurred on the unhallowed grounds of the Heavenly Host School were so gruesome and shocking that the entire school was razed in an attempt to wipe the events from memory. But, foolishly, a new high school, Kisaragi Academy, I think that's how you say it, was built in Heavenly Host's place. And all true evil needs is an imitation. So when a group of students innocently perform a charm intended to bind them as friends forever, the nightmarish evil is unleashed once again, transported into a living hell where the Heavenly Host still stands, and undead horrors stalk the blood-stained halls. The students are now prey in the most brutal test ever devised by inhuman minds. What follows isn't for the squeamish, this is true, or weak of heart, that's true also, as they are hunted down in a savage orgy of torture, murder, and insanity. Japan's most terrifying series of video games comes to gut-wrenching life as the spirits of the damned host a corpse party. Speaking of the games, seeing this anime now has kind of got me interested in wanting to try out the games. From what I know, I believe it was actually released on the Super Nintendo way back when, obviously like in the mid-90s or something like that. I don't really know. And I don't ever recall there, I think it started out as a game, I don't think it was ever an anime. If it was, I've never heard about any older animes dealing with such, because from what I've seen on this, this ended up releasing in, let's see here, this year actually, 2016. Fancy that. I thought maybe it might have been a year or two old, 3 years, I don't really know, but it's 2016, so fancy that. But yeah, there's one game on the PSP I know, and there's another one on Vita. I actually saw a special edition at GameStop at one point, and I was always wondering how it was. And I knew it was based on anime, but I never watched it. And I kind of stopped to think, and actually a friend of mine on Facebook ended up telling me that the PSP, I'm thinking maybe the PSP was a remake of the Super Nintendo version. I'm not really sure. You know, don't quote me on that. But apparently the PSP version is going to be coming to 3DS as well later this year, sometime in August. Later in August, I believe. So I may just wait and get it then for 3DS, but I'm seriously thinking about trying out the one on Vita. And I saw a review on it. It's not like anything that's like super in-depth, I don't believe. It's just the fact of you basically exploring the hallowed grounds of the Heavenly Host School, whatever it is, in Kisaragi Academy, or whatever it was, and fighting the other students and avoiding ghosts. It's not, I don't think you can really attack them. You just run and you try to block them from getting to you or something like that. But it's basically really, from what I know, from what I heard in the review, exploring the story and exploring the characters and things of that nature. And knowing how this anime grabbed me, I seriously think that I want to check out the games now for sure. I don't know if it's like the same story dealing with the anime or if they're separate stories. I'll have to check that out. But yeah, guys, I'm definitely gonna be doing some anime, however the hell you want to say it. I'm definitely going to be doing some reviews like that from now on, because I've had some anime and I've never gotten around to doing any reviews like I've wanted to, but this has really got me to the point where I want to do that, and I want to also buy more anime as well for me to own. So, guys, if you're into anime, obviously you wouldn't be looking at this video if you weren't. Definitely get Corpse Party. I don't know if you're not into horror, which, like I said, I'm not into horror or anything like that. But even then, if you want to check out some really just messed up imagery in anime, definitely go ahead and pick it up for sure. I'd give this one 4 stars out of 4 stars. I like the story and the characters and the animation and all of that. And another thing, I really like the main theme song to the show. Like, as soon as the Blu-ray screen popped up, it was really cool. It had a real nice flow to it. To me, you can always tell it. I mean, I know it's anime, but when I listen to music, like orchestrated music, it's like I can always tell a difference between Western orchestrated music and like Eastern orchestrated music, you know, and because it had that anime feel, that like, you know, Japanese type vibe, dealing with anime. And I just really loved it. I really do. And so if you happen to get it and you check it out, listen to the main theme when the Blu-ray, or if you get DVD, screen pops up, and check it out. It's definitely something worth listening to for sure. I was actually going to check on iTunes to see if it was on there. I don't know if it is or not. I'll just have to check, because excuse me, I really did like it. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. There's going to be more to come. And I'll end this like I always do, and it's late, and I need to go take a shower, and I need to shave, because I look like a bum, and I smell like a goat. So, anyways, later, taters.